Are you worried about the church? Now, I don't just mean your local church. I mean the global church. Churches are struggling right now. And churches are having to close their doors or just close their doors to the public. And they're facing trials and hardships like I've never seen. And then, so we look at promises of Jesus, like in Matthew 16:18, where he says, I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not prevail against it. And that sounds amazing, doesn't it? But if we're really honest with ourselves, this is a verse that we can struggle with right now, because as much as I want to believe him, it's hard to take that at face value. And then we look at other passages like in Hebrews where it says, don't forsake meeting together. And we're like, oh shoot, are we forsaking meeting together right now because we're not meeting as the whole church? So it depends. It depends on what you think he meant. When Jesus said, I will build my church, what was this word, church? I encourage you to look this up. Bible Hub is absolutely fantastic for looking up what the original meanings of words were. What do you think that word church meant? Was he referring to the building? Was he referring to, like, because they had words like synagogue and temple, and they had Greek versions of those words. He could have easily have said one of those words, but he didn't. So what did he say? I will build my church. He said ecclesia. Now some of you just got excited there because you know what ecclesia means. Ecclesia is the gathering. It's the gathering of believers. Isn't that cool? And so it's not about a building. It's never been about a building. It's never been Jesus' long-term goal to get people inside of a building. It's great and it's wonderful and it's this beautiful party or celebration. I love it. But I don't think that's the end goal. The end goal isn't to go to church. The end goal is to be the church. And so we look at a little bit later on in the book of Matthew, Jesus says, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I will be there also. So here in Ontario, today we've moved into deeper restrictions. And now we can meet with a maximum of 5 people outside. Hey, this is cool. This is good. We only need 2 or 3. And we're allowed going up to 5. We have 2 choices. We can view anything that's happening to us as persecution or something that's just trying to bring us down or take us away or whatever, or we can see it as an opportunity. I'm sure with the early church in the book of Acts, when persecution came on them, they had to leave Jerusalem. And I'm sure they were pretty bummed about that because this was awesome. This was their hub and they were having an amazing time there. They were all together and they're breaking bread and God was growing their numbers, right? And it was great. It was fantastic. But what happened? They got spread out. And they all had to go different directions. And they all got to be in different places. And they didn't get to just meet in one spot anymore, but they got spread out. Now, sometimes you can only see these things in hindsight, but what if we took this as our perspective now? That sure, we can't necessarily meet as a large group right now, but what can we do? See, I would much rather be empowered by what I'm able to do than to be discouraged by what I'm being prevented from doing. And right now, we are able to meet with people. Sure, we got to go for a walk outside, or maybe you want to go to a grocery store. Maybe you just want to give someone a phone call to encourage them or bless them. But wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, he is there with us. And parents and grandparents, our roles are far more important now than they've ever been. We gotta take this seriously. Maybe this means we have to open up a Bible for the first time in a long time and then teach what we've been learning. I usually do devotions, but Chantel's been doing them the last couple of days, and I gotta tell you, she is really excited because she's learning it in the morning and she's teaching it to the kids at night. And it's amazing to see her come alive and be excited by something like this. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, he is with us. So we have an opportunity moving forward to grow the church in a way that we couldn't while we were at church. Crazy as that seems, we have an opportunity that we can move into, an opportunity that we can take advantage of. I really encourage you to take it that way, to take it upon yourself to just give someone a call and go for a walk. Follow government guidelines. Totally do that. But don't forsake meeting together because we don't have to.